In this video, we will cover Paste Special tips, tricks, and hacks. Lecture 2, Paste Special operations. When you select Paste Special, it opens up a box with various selections. One of the sections pertains to operations and has the following options: none, add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Again, note that each of these words has a letter underlined. This underlined letter indicates what the shortcut key is to select this option quickly. For example, if you select I, it will select divide, or if you select S, it will select subtract. So what do each of these operations do exactly? Well, this is best illustrated with an example. Suppose you have the following spreadsheet with data contained in column A and in column B. Column B contains the sales figures for various IDs. It is displayed in dollars with 2 decimal places. Suppose you would rather have this displayed in thousands to make it look more appealing and not as busy. One method would be to go into each cell and divide each value by 1000. An easier method would be to use the Paste Special Operations feature, specifically the divide feature. The first thing that you'll want to do is type 1000 into an empty cell. For example, suppose we type it into cell D2. Next, we will copy the 1000 in cell D2 by right-clicking and selecting copy, or by hitting Ctrl and C. Then we will highlight the cells we want to change in cells B2 to B6. Then we will right-click on one of the selected cells and choose Paste Special. Then we will select Divide, or simply type I, and this will automatically select Divide. Then we will hit OK or hit Enter. So this will divide each of the values by 1000 for us automatically. We can also multiply, add, or subtract all cells by a constant value. The multiply feature is useful if we want to convert percentages to whole numbers. We would simply multiply by 100. The add or subtract feature is useful if we want to quickly gross up a number or gross down a number by adding or subtracting some fixed amount. Now we will cover an Excel example to illustrate these useful Paste Special operations. Suppose we have the following Excel spreadsheet with sales in column B, tax in column C, and gross sales, which is sales plus tax, in column D. Now suppose we want to display all of these values in thousands. Right now they're displayed in dollars and cents. One way to do that would be to go into each one of these cells and divide by 1000. Now this will take a long time, as we have to go into each cell and divide by 1000. A much easier way to do that would be to type 1000 over here and then copy it. So we can hit Ctrl C to copy, or we can right click and hit copy. Then all we do is we select the cells that we want to adjust. So let's adjust these sales figures here. Then we right click and we go Paste Special. Now in the operations section we want to select divide. So we can either click divide or we can hit I to select divide. And then we'll hit OK. And that automatically adjusts all of our sales figures by 1000, or divides them by 1000. Now say we want to adjust that back. What we can do is we can again copy this value, select our cells, and now we can go Paste Special, and we can go multiply by 1000. And now that converts them back to where they originally were. Now say we want to gross up each of these values by 15,000, for example. Suppose we had an extra sale in each unit, or in each ID that we want to add. So we can copy, Ctrl C, select our cells, right click, Paste Special, then hit Add, and that will add 15,000 to each of those values. Alternatively, if we wanted to subtract, we could hit Subtract, and that subtracts. So again, if we want to divide all of these values by 1000, we can do so. If we want to add 1000 to each of these values, we can go Paste Special, Add. Now that becomes 10. If we want to add it again, we can add another 1000 to that. So again, this is quite useful if you want to multiply or divide or add and subtract a column of data or just a selection of data by some fixed constant amount.